Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Nicole Simmons, and today I would like to introduce you to the MMM South Africa webinar for beginners. Today's date is the 23rd of September, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so what is Triple M? Triple M is not a financial institution. It does not collect your money. It is not an online business, a high-yield investment platform, investments, or multi-level marketing program. Triple M is a community where people help each other. It gives you a technical basic program which helps millions of participants worldwide to find those who need help and those who are ready to provide help for free. All transferred funds to another participant are given by your own good, absolute confidence in certain your actions, and you make your mind to participate. We kindly ask you to carefully study all warnings and instructions first. In cases of any matter regarding the topic, our online consultants are ready to help and answer all of your questions. Okay, so let's look at the ideology behind Triple M. In today's world, we, the servants, are faced with inhumane, unfair, and unjust financial systems that are not aimed at helping people. Our system is aimed for those who produce money, such as the financial institutions. The ordinary people keep their world in order to ensure our masters lead a life of luxury. Modern financial institutions become less efficient. With evidences of permanent crisis, recession, rising unemployment, it is now the time for people to create their own decentralized financial institution. Triple M was created to show people that there is no need to live a life of poverty. We are the people for the people. We are not against you because we are part of the community. There will be no slaves and no masters, and everyone will work for pleasure and for the benefit of society, and the good will conquer the evil finally. Everything will be in that new world. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at how MMM works. So once you join into the community, you give help, and on the help that you give, you receive 30% off. Okay. So you do not have to make contracts or pledge your property. There are no lenders and no debtors. Everything is very simple. One participant asks for help, another one helps the participant. The only thing that MMM demands from its participants is to be honest and kind to each other. You ask for financial help when you need it, and you give financial help when you're able to do it. So let's look at the legalities. Triple M is not a donation, is a donation exchange program. Sorry, it is not an investment or financial scheme, which I have mentioned. You do not invest your money with Triple M. There is no formal organization, no legal person, and of course there is no central bank account, no other activity in any form. It is neither closed nor open. There is nothing. There are only millions and millions of simple participants, simple private persons in their bank accounts and nothing more. Thus, MMM is absolutely legal and does not break any laws because there are only money transfers between private persons. So, having said this, it is absolutely impossible to forbid MMM. The same way it is impossible to forbid people to manage their own money the way they like. Thus, they would need to forbid the whole private property institution. So to make a little bit of that easier to understand, in Triple M, I do not deposit my money into a bank account. It's like me sending my money to another person, to one of my friends, for instance. So if they were to say that MMM is against the law, then they would have to forbid every single person from ever sending money to another person in the world, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at some advantages. Like I've said, there's no central bank accounts. You immediately start accumulating 30% of the money that you provide. That is with it still being in your bank account because you are being generous and you're actually giving to the community. Okay, so Triple M is already in 170 countries. There are over 138 million community members around the world. So bearing this in mind, the Triple M global community only started up in January of 2011. So we are changing the world together. There is free education. You can join us for our manager school and do a 10-day course. Everything with the manager school is online, or you are able to do an offline course with a manager that you know or is your manager in the community. So if you refer your friends, your family, or your neighbor, you'll get 10% of their contributions. This actually goes for any single person that uses your referral link. So it actually gives you a bit of a incentive to helping other people, introducing them into the community where they are actually helping themselves and other community members. So Triple M is the #1 donation exchange program in the world. So let's quickly look at how to join. So I have taken this from a South African site. This is a registration form. So over here, you'll see it says registration. You can click in the top over here to register. And if you're not from South Africa, you can just click over there. This actually applies to every single Triple M website that there is. If that isn't your country or you'd like to go to global, if there is no country that is specifically dedicated to your country, then you can go on to global. So it just says you may register by filling in the form. If you do not know a manager or you have not been referred, it is very easy to find a manager, and managers are the goldmine of Triple M because they know the most knowledge and they can help you in any single thing that you do or anything that you're confused about. They are trained to literally make you understand it easier, and they will actually help you through the whole process. So you can contact them and they can help you register, or you can do the registration form yourself. So if you've received the link, the invite over here will automatically change to the person whose link you received. So all you should do is fill in your name, your email address, and your mobile phone number. If you don't have an invite, you can leave it blank, but yeah, I've just used my invite over there for now. Okay, so let's look at the second part. Now, if you scroll down a little bit underneath here, you'll actually see that there's a whole list of managers. You can get into contact with them to try and find out more information, or you can use their details to register. It doesn't matter. These are my details that I have filled in over here, as I am a manager in the community. After you've filled in the details, then you just click to verify that you are a human being, which doing the I'm not a robot step. And then after that, you'll click the box saying that you have read the warning, and you click on register. Sorry about all the messages coming through. Okay, so let's look at what is your personal office. It is not a police officer, a post office, or a purchase order. Okay, so PO personal office. It is where you log in using the following link. Now, if you had to go onto any site and you had to click log in, it will actually redirect you to the secure site where you'll be able to log in. And it is actually a secure site, and it is designed for hackers not to get in, etc., etc. So there are often a number of questions that I receive daily about your personal office. So let's take a look at what it is exactly and how we can clear it up so that you can understand it a lot better. So #1, how do I play the lottery? #2, how do I provide help? #3, where do I find my referral link to send to others? #4, how do I add a bank account? And #5, how to edit my personal details. Okay. So let's look, logging in for the first time and how to do a password recovery. Okay, so now we've done the registration. We've received an email that has a password recovery in it. And once we click on password recovery, it will actually take us through to the MMM office where it will show you your recovery code. Please note that do not touch that recovery code. If you edit anything on it, then it won't actually successfully create your password. So over here we see new password and retype new password. Remember that when you're creating a password, have it something that is easy to remember, and make sure that it has letters and it has numbers. You can try symbols, but just make sure that it's more than 6 characters long so that it does accept your password. Okay, so how to edit your details on my page and how to know what is the right thing to write. Okay, so let's have a look over here. If we click on my page after we've logged in, you'll be able to see all your details, and you'll be able to fill it in. So obviously here where the gray is, that is the information that was pulled from my registration that I did. And yeah, so there we go. Everything is in there. You can edit it whenever you like. You can add more information whenever you like, but just know that you can't change your email address and your phone number report. Okay, and also another thing before I move on here, please do not create more than one account on Triple M. Triple M is not a money-making scheme. It is something that is to enrich your life. The whole ideology of MMM is to take people who are in poverty and actually move them so that we are all equal. And if you have more than one account, you are not equal, because it is a great opportunity that you're actually coming into. And with having more than one account, all you're doing is you're trying to make problems for yourself, because you will be blocked and you will lose out. I can promise you that. So stick to one account, get the people that you want to get on it, put the money that you want to get in, want to put in, and just enrich your own life. You don't need to be greedy, and you don't need to earn over R1 million with triple. So just remember that always, and please try and tell the people that you're registering or referring, or if you become a manager, make sure that everyone knows that, because it does create a lot of problems. Okay. So how do I add my bank accounts, and what is a BIC IFSC code? Okay, so now if we click onto accounts, then it will pull up, it obviously will be blank because there's no information so far. So we'll click on add in the top left-hand corner right over there. Okay, and it will pull up the screen on the right-hand side. So there we can fill in our account name, the IFSC code, which is a branch number. So a lot of people do get confused, but the reason why that code is there is so that you can actually put in Bitcoins and etc., whichever bank that you're with. So your bank name would be obviously something like First National Bank, or if you put BTC into the IFSC code, it will automatically change the bank name to Bitcoin. Okay, so the account name, the first one with the question marks at the right-hand side, that account name is something for you to remember it by. So you can say your Bitcoin account, you can say your savings pockets with FNB or with Nedbank or Capitec. It doesn't really matter, because that is something that you'll remember, because when you're withdrawing, you can choose which account that you withdraw from. So you can say in the beginning you want to provide help in Bitcoins, for instance, and then when you want to do a withdrawal, you can actually withdraw it into your bank account in cash, and the person who is providing help in cash will then be linked to you to pay you the money. Okay, so the name is the account holder's name. Please make sure if you have a bank account that you're filling in over here, make sure that the account holder's name that is on your card or on the information that the bank has given you for your account, make sure your formal name for the account is over here. Because if there is any problems with your accounts, they're going to have to verify it, and they verify it with your bank statements and with your ID. So do not use the same account on multiple profiles. If you have a Bitcoin account and you don't know how to set up a Bitcoin account, hop onto the consultants and we'll explain to you exactly how to do it. So don't even use the same Bitcoin wallet address for more than one profile. It does flag your account and you will be blocked. So please remember that. Okay, so the account number, if you're doing it in Bitcoins, you'll fill in the wallet address over here. And if you're not doing with Bitcoins, then you'll fill in your normal account number for your bank account. The reference and the additional info are not necessary, but normally what happens to the reference is you can put your name and your surname, or you can make something that is relevant to you that you'll actually remember it by. Okay, so let's say save. It's going to add into the personal account in a new line. And then we move on to how to provide help. So before we can actually provide help, we have to put in the banking details. This is just a security in the system, so that if at any time you want to withdraw, your banking details are there for you to withdraw. So they won't actually allow you to provide help without putting in your banking details. So let's learn how to do it correctly. Okay, so we've added in the accounts. Now we're moving back to the dashboard. On the dashboard, we're going to click Provide Help. So when you're providing help, this is when you'll be making a contribution into the community. And it's very, very simple, actually. Once you do it once, then you'll know it forever. So we'll click on Provide Help. And this screen is going to pop up. That warning is the same warning that was in your registration. So if someone else has done the registration for you and you're still not too sure about all the risks, please go read the warning. Make sure that you've at least read it once. It is very interesting, and it opens your eyes to a lot and helps you understand it. So once you have done that, then you can click the little box over there to accept that you have read it, and then you got to click Next. Okay, so this screen is going to pop up next, and now we have the option to do it with Bitcoin, or we have the option to do it with other bank. Now your other bank is when you want to provide help in rands, and the Bitcoin is when you want to provide help in Bitcoins. Okay, so do you know that Bitcoin is a different currency And because Rand is weak, we will be paying a little bit extra for Bitcoins when we do buy Bitcoins. So just remember that every single time that you are doing Bitcoins. So yeah, I am going to choose other bank for now because it is a very common one to choose, as a lot of people do not understand Bitcoins. So I'm going to click on other bank and I'm going to say next. From there, I'm going to fill in my amount and I'm going to say select. So for me, I have already provided help a couple of times in the community, and I've already sent help to other community members. So if this is your first provide help, you'll see there's a whole bunch of writing just below the second box, sorry, that has a bonus. So you can read up there. It will show you how many dollars you'll actually get if you put in a certain amount. So there's 20 and there's 50 and there's $100. And just like the managers, this is also another gold mine of Triple M. So I think the first one is between $50 and $499. So if you're putting in rands, at the moment, if you put